vicar has tumbled down the steep steeple steps. He is dead. How did he fall, and who pushed him? Thankfully for the police, Miss Dimple is sorting things out. Episode 2.
Somewhere in this village a clown is living amongst us unknown. We must find him and bring him to justice.
But why should this clown want to kill the vicar?
I've absolutely no basis for thinking this, or any evidence whatsoever, but it's my wild guess that the clown and the vicar fell out over some long-ago circus incident.
When the vicar was still swinging on the high trapeze?
Yes. What went wrong? Who can say? A misplaced custard pie from the clown, or a kick in the teeth from the vicar? But it rankled, and when the clown moved to the village and found out that the vicar was none other than his old adversary, he hatched his fiendish plan.
We'll get him, whoever he is. In a village this size a clown can run, but he can't hide.
Ladies, I've called us all together because no one is more vigilant or more thorough than a member of the St. Mealy Maids Ladies' Knitting Circle. The circle for genteel ladies. That's right, Miss Harcourt.
What is it you want us to do, Miss Dimple?
Well, I'll tell you, Mrs. Antsy. Someone in this village is a clown.
Oh, good gracious.
Fancy. I know. Now, I've nothing against clowns. They can be amusing, and they certainly know how to drive the most awkward of cars. But this one is a killer.
A killer?
Yes, Mrs. Popplewick, a killer.
Fancy.
The poor vicar took a tumble down the steeple steps, from which he did not arise.
Oh, dear, poor man, how awful, very sad.
Now, onward and upward, ladies.
It's all very well the ladies' knitting group looking, Constable, but it's police work. Knitting, sir? No, not knitting, finding criminals. Oh, and I've been doing my job. I've found 3 eyewitnesses. A witness with 3 eyes, sir? That's amazing. They'd have seen everything. Sometimes, Constable, I wonder about you.
Thank you, sir.
I wonder about you too, sir. Do you? Oh. Look, we haven't time for this. Let's talk to those witnesses. We have wanted pictures all over the village, Miss Dimple, but so far no clown matching the description has come forward.
Only a mime artist and a man in a funny hat. He was a policeman. Oh. Never mind, ladies. You've done your best. Don't blame yourselves if he or she kills again. Have you no other ideas, Miss Dimple? We rely on you. There's only one thing left to do. The knitting? Yes, Mrs. Anstey. The knitting.
I'll get the wool.
I do wish she'd stop doing that.
Every circus for miles around, and not one of them what fits Mrs. Pickler's description. It's a puzzler, sir. It is. Maybe the clown has removed his make-up and costume and integrated himself into society as a normal person. Why, if that's the case, it could be anyone. I'll do the thinking, Constable. Sorry, sir. Now, let's get back to the scene of the crime.
There's nothing like knitting to unravel a problem. 75 cardigans, 3 balaclavas, and a very thick vest are testimony to that. Thanks to them, I solved the mystery of the parched heirloom. But that's for another time. There, a lovely shawl. Ah ha ha! I see it all now. I know who did it.
Who, Miss Dimple?
It's obvious.
Not to us.
Then come with me, ladies. There's not a moment to lose. And bring your knitwear.
Here it is, the vital clue. It makes sense now. This patch of grease from the clown's make-up, no doubt, when he discarded it and his amusing clothes, so to blend in with the rest of society. You wouldn't have thought of that, Haystack, but a detective needs to be one step ahead. Oh. It's slippery. I know! Which proves I'm right. Yes, come on. We'll follow that trail of grease, and we'll find our clown at the end of it.
A nice cup of tea, Mrs. Pickler? I'll put the kettle on. Lovely. I don't suppose those police are any closer to finding out who killed poor Reverend Oldshaw? The police? No. It's a tragedy, it is. That clown's got a lot to answer for. But they'll get him. He'll be laughing on the other side of his face. If there is a clown? Eh? What do you mean? A circus trapeze artist like the vicar would mix with many circus types. I don't follow you. But when he gave it all up and ran away to join the church, a certain man or woman with whom he performed his act in the circus ring was left with nothing. Maybe in time she or he found him again, and altering her appearance with thick circus grease paint, mistakenly leading people to suspect innocent clowns, inveigled herself into his household with revenge in her heart. Your tea. I shall not drink it. Why not? It is poison. It's not. Oh, well, it might have been. Either way, you are the murderer, Mrs. Pickler. Or should I say Hilda, the high-wire tap dancer, with a spring in her step.
Stay where you are. You're under arrest. Oh, I'm surprised at you, Miss Dimple.
Me? It's not me.
The grease trail leads straight to you.
Grease trail? Oh, that's not grease, it's... Oh, dear. My bottle of wintergreen ointment has broken and oozed a trail from my bag all the way here.
Oh. Well, who is the murderer then?
This is who you want. You'll never take me alive. Yes, we will. Now, ladies. And so our knitting ensnares another culprit.
What gave her away?
Do you remember, on the steep steps of the steeple, I asked you to pass me a hairpin? Pass me a hairpin, would you?
Yes, here you are.
How quickly you found it.
Yes.
Strange to find one so soon, in such a place.
I never thought of that.
I noticed Mrs. Pickler's disarray, and put it down to the shock of the vicar's death. Then I realized her hair was an unruly mess, due to the lack of a hairpin.
Because she lost it on the steeple steps.
Exactly.
Did you solve Miss Dimple's mystery? If so, well done. If not, maybe you'll have better luck next time. Join us again soon for another Miss Dimple mystery.